Hello and thanks for stopping by the channel. My name is Sandy, and in today's video we're in the house and we're going to be decorating, and I think we're going to do well, I know we're going to do our entryway and we're going to do the bar cart. We might get around to the dining room table depending on how long it takes me to figure things out in the entryway. But anyway, if you'd like to see what we're going to be getting into today and how we're going to be decorating, just keep on watching. So this is how I left my entryway when I took down my fall decor. I just kind of had some fall stems in there, and I thought I'd leave it like that, at least for now, to see if I can utilize those same vessels for Christmas decor. But first, I want to try something new. I want to put some garland around my mirror. Problem being, I'm nervous to try a heavier garland because I'm worried about the security of my mirror. If something happens to this mirror, I will be quite upset. So I'm going in with a very, very thin piece of garland just to add just a little bit of greenery here. It's very whimsical, very flimsy like, but I really like it. So I'm going to secure it here. I feel safe that it'll stay up there and not, weigh down my mirror or whatever. And I think it'll be a cute little touch. You're going to see that I'm doing a lot of hopping around here while I'm decorating. That's pretty much been my mindset lately. I'm just go from one thing to the other, never finishing a task. But anyway, I'm stuffing this vase here with some garbage bags. Not garbage bags, grocery bags. And then I'm going in here with this bowl and I'm just adding some ornaments. So I am decorating with shades of brown, amber, copper, and tortoiseshell for the Christmas season in my living room. And I'm carrying that same concept from the entryway throughout my first level. So I'm going in here with some of my pine cones and some of my bulbs just to introduce the color. And now I'm getting back to this vase that we put the grocery bags down in, and I'm just putting in some green stems down in this vase. These are some stems I've had for a long time. I just kind of accumulate them every year or whatever. I get them from Home Goods or anywhere. They're kind of like the lifelike. I got a few of them from Kirkland's too. They have them as well. So I'm just adding them in until I think that I have enough with no particular order in mind. I kind of like that really wild and crazy look. So yeah, I like this, and I really like the way that it's pairing with the little garland that I put up there, which I will be showing you in a second. Okay, so this is the way that this look turned out. I like it, but I don't love it. But it is a very simple look. You see how quickly I was able to put that together. But I'm going to go in and try a different look now. And the first thing that I'm going to do is to remove this lamp here. I've had this lamp here since the summertime, and I just want to switch it out. Now, that's something I do a lot. I switch lamps from one room to the next and just kind of rotate them around in different spaces and try them out. And I really like that. So this is a lamp here that I bought last year, actually around this time, at an antique store, and I loved it. It's a vintage lamp. It's brown. It kind of gives me that mid-century modern flair or whatever. So I decided to give it a try here in this space. And I also decided that I wanted to add these stems here that have these pine cones on the end. I thought they were really pretty. I found them when I was up getting the lamp upstairs, getting the lamp. So I thought I'd put them down in there, and that looks pretty. Although it's pretty and I like it, I don't love it. And so if you know me, you know that I just kind of keep going and going until I come up with a look that I really love. So one thing that I want to do is move this lamp back out. I want to take it back upstairs. And while I was upstairs, I found some other decor pieces. So I've just decided to start all over again with this entryway table and try some new looks. Now, I was over at Aldi last week where they came in with their deer, the metal deer that go viral every year, the Pottery Barn dupes, and I picked up a new set. I know I didn't need them because I already had the gold ones that I've had for a while, but I did want these bronze ones, and I love them. I love, love, love these little deer. I just have a thing for deer. So I brought those out. I brought out this black Christmas tree that I've had for a while, and then that sphere there, I've also had that for a long time as well. I also bought the big deer here from Aldi while I was there, and so I'm going to place him here as well and see how I like that look. So I know I definitely want to leave the deer here. I love the way that they look here, but I'm not satisfied with the look. It just looks like something is missing. And so I'm just going to keep switching things around and looking around my home to see what else I can bring out here to kind of make it a complete look. I love having a candle on in the entryway table, and so I noticed that I had left that out. So I did bring in this large bell candle that I got from World Market a few weeks ago. Love the way that that looks. And then I brought in a black lamp that I shot my home for and brought it down from upstairs. So I'm just placing it here to see how the look comes together. It's cute or whatever, but I'm still not blown away. I'm still not loving it. So as I'm looking at it, I decided that that red is definitely throwing me off. I am not decorating with red, not in this space in my home. So I want to go ahead and switch out this ribbon that these deer have around their neck. That's one small thing that I can do. And I have some thin caramel colored ribbon that I've had that I use to hang my ornaments on my Christmas tree, and that kind of brings in the color that I'm decorating this space with. I'm going to keep the little bells on the end because I think they are really, really cute. So we're just going to get the other ribbon and then kind of tie these around the little deer's neck to kind of bring in the color that I need. So that's a step in the right direction, but there's more. And as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, what else can we do? So that book there, the Architectural Digest book, is kind of throwing me off because of the color. I think I want this space to be more on the moodier side. So I'm going to switch out the book there. And then we'll see what else we can get into for this space. I've had some comments about the fact that I'm using browns and shades of brown and rust and caramel and those types of colors for Christmas that are not your traditional Christmas colors, but they are festive to me and I love them. And so, whatever you do in your home, it has to be something that sparks joy for you. And so I'm really happy with my decision. And I'm always happy when I come up with something that I like and I just stay true to myself, not get into the trends as much or whatever. But anyway, I found this stem here and I love this. Now, I bought these from Joann's. I miss Joann's so, so much. This was the time of year that I could go in there and clean up because they would have great, great deals and they would always come through with those non-traditional colors. So they had these a few years ago and I bought several of them and I'm loving the way that that looked. And I just simply set that down there on the ground, I mean on the on the console, and I love it. So it is definitely bringing that moodier look here. But like I mentioned, I did want to switch out this book here because that white color or lighter color is kind of throwing me off a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and move this book to another part of the home that I'm decorating with lighter colors, and we're going to bring in some darker books. Now these books here are all thrifted. I love thrifting for books for my home, for bookshelves and things like that. They're perfect for not only reading, but also for decorating. And so all of these are thrifted and they are all in the darker color, which is kind of bringing in that moodiness that I'm looking for this space. Now, this is coming together really nicely. So I'm taking the little burlap, not burlap, the twine off of the bell candle here, and then we're going to go ahead and get the wicks trimmed on it and get that to burning just to create that true Christmas vibe that I love. And even once I decorate a space, I'm still looking at it to see what else can I do here? What else can I change? Is this the way that I want to leave it or whatever? And sometimes it takes days for me to reach that point. But I did come up with the idea to put some more candles in this space, and I have these little not LED, they're just little battery operated candles that I decided to put out and kind of tuck them under the greenery there just to add just a little hint of light coming out from under those, which I think is going to look so, so pretty in the evening time. So I'm just adding a couple of them. They are black and they're very small little tea light candles, but I think they're just perfect for this space. And you see my little oranges there. That wasn't the intent to have those there, but that's a long story. All right, so I'm happy with this. I really, really love this, and it makes me smile whenever I enter my home, and that's what I love. So now we're going to go over to my bar cart and get that all decked out for the Christmas season. All right, so here's my bar cart and what I normally do in my entryway, whatever colors or whatever, I just carry that straight on through my home. So this is the second spot that I'm going to be doing here. So we're going to be introducing some browns and coppers and the colors that I'll be using for the season. So let's get started with the bar cart. And I'm going to start off by cleaning this mirror that I don't do nearly enough, but it needs to be done. I've had this mirror here for about 15 years. I got this mirror at Home Goods a long, long time ago, and I still love it. I love it when I have a piece that I still love all these years later. So I would say this is definitely a forever piece for me. It will not always be in my dining room, but I do believe that I will keep it in my home forever. So the first thing we're coming in with is this oldie but goodie. This is my ice bucket with the little reindeer on the ends of them. So cute. I got this several years ago at, I think it was Home Goods. It was $14.99 at that time. It's been a while since I've had this, but we're going to go ahead and place that here. I'm going to shine it up really nice and put that on the bar cart. I've been using these stainless steel wipes for quick cleanups of my stove and sink and things like that. I got these from Home Goods as well, but they're nice to not have to bring out, look at me dropping them and everything, but not to have to bring out, you know, rags and the spray bottles and all. This is for like quick cleanups. Love it, but it works so nicely. So we're just gonna shine this up and everything so that it looks nice and clean. It's been stored away. I pull this ice bucket out every Christmas for the last, I don't know when I got this thing, but it's cute. I love it. I have so many deer things that I bring out every year. Got a lot of things with deer on them. You'll see that as I continue to decorate for the season.
I really love that it's the mixed metals because I do mix metals a lot in my home.
And I'm going to bring this book in here just because it has the colors that I like. And I also had this little candle holder. I bought this last year from Ross. And when I got it, I didn't know, I wasn't sure what it was because it was on the shelf like this. And I'm like, what is this? But anyway, I later found out it's a candle holder. But I was going to get it either way because I loved it. And we are doing pops of tortoiseshell throughout the house. So why not just place this little candle here? This is Enchante. This is from Home Goods. And it was $7.99. So we're just going to place that there just to add that color that we're going with throughout this space. And speaking of the color that I'm bringing in, look at these. I found these at Pop Shelf, and it was after I had gone for my Pop Shelf tour. You know, I had done that tour that I shared over here on the channel. Anyway, I was watching Joan over at the Thrift Queen. Yeah, Thrift Queen. I'll link her channel. But anyway, she had gone to Pop Shelf in her area and found these glasses. And when I was watching her video, I literally screamed because they were a good deal and they are perfect. You see how it's kind of got that caramel type color at the top and just gradiating down to the clear glass. Absolutely beautiful. And they were pricey. They were $5, but at the time that I went, they were 50% off. So they were $2.50 each. So I did pick up a set of 4. And I'll probably be doing a tablescape at some point through the season, and I definitely will be using these. But for right now, we're going to place them right on the golf cart, on the bar cart.
Sometimes it's so hard to do these videos because I get my words jumbled and everything. It's a mess. And sometimes I edit it out. Sometimes I don't because it's too much work. So, but I promise you, I do know how to speak. But sometimes when I look back on my videos, I'm like, I can't believe you said that and didn't realize it. But anyway, I'm coming in here with these glasses here. They kind of have that asymmetric shape on the top. I saw those over at Home Goods. I was in there the other day just looking around, not intending to buy anything, but I saw them. I love them and I had to get them. They were $7.99 each. I'm going in now with my wine opener, my electric wine opener. I am a wine drinker. I enjoy a glass of wine. And so this is a functional bar cart. So I had to put that there. And then I put another adult beverage there just to kind of bring in that color, right? It matched, and I'm loving the way that this looked. Now, this definitely will not stay this way because, like I said, I will be using those glasses when I go ahead and do my full tablescape. But for now, I love the way that this area is coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and light this candle, and so we can get the full effect of what this is going to look like if I don't burn the house down. Look at that flame on this thing. So I've accomplished my goal here. I've added that color into this space, my browns, my coppers, my tortoiseshell. I've also added in my reindeer ice bucket, and I'm loving the way that this looks so far. One of my favorite flowers are magnolias, and I always keep a magnolia wreath here on my pantry, but I think I'm going to switch it out.
All right, so I have this swag here. And, you know, you can use it laying down or whatever. This is another one that I got from Joann's. I'm telling you, I bought everything that they had at that time that had these colors in them. a few years ago. And so I've got this. It's kind of beat up, but I think what I'm going to do, since I love my magnolias and I really want to keep it down here, is kind of pair them together like so. But we need to kind of dust this off because this thing has been up here for so long. So let me do that off camera and then we're going to see how that looks kind of paired together.
Okay, so I just realized that my mic had died. I don't know what I was talking about, probably not much of anything, but anyway, what I did was just kind of placed the swag right in the reef like that. And I'm just going to use the existing hook that I had on my pantry door to just put that back up there. So now I've introduced that color, but I'm keeping my magnolia leaves out here for a little while longer, which I love. So I'm just fluffing them around, just trying to cover up any empty spots or whatever with the leaves, and I think it turned out beautifully. Now the challenge is going to be that when I open the pantry door that this doesn't fall off, because now I've made it a lot heavier than just the wreath, but we'll give it a try and see how it turns out because I love it. If all else fails, I'll take the magnolia wreath off and just leave the swag there since I do want to have the color added. But let me know what you think about this. I think it's pretty.
All right, so let's play around with the table. We've got the entryway done. We've got the bar cart done. Let's do a little something to the dining room table. I've got a lot of this like Norfolk lifelike garland that I love. And I love the way that it looks down the center of a table. We saw some of that when we did our store tour over at Crate and Barrel as well. Love, love, love that look. And also, if you're doing like the Ralph Lauren look, this is perfect for that as well. So, whatever your theme, I think this is a look that could go with any style pretty much.
Now, this will take a lot of fluffing and manipulating to get this to lay as flat as possible. So you'll see me just kind of working with it, just trying to get the branches or whatever to just kind of lay down flat on here. This is such pretty greenery. And like I said, when I see this type of greenery and the stems as well, especially if they're on sale, I tend to pick them up because like this is a double garland. I've added two on here. I could have added a third one on here to get a really full look, but these are something that will, they're like timeless pieces and they're really nice and very sturdy as well, because with all the manipulation that I did and everything, I never lost anything off of it. I think it looks really pretty. A lot of time has gone by though, because it took me a while to get this thing to the point that I was at least halfway satisfied with it. But at one point I just gave up on it and said, we're going to just move on because I can always come back and fluff some more at a later time. So here I'm coming in with some candle holders that I picked up from Ross. I shared those when I picked them up. They were $13.99 each and they have those antlers on them. Another thing that I love. It's so weird, but I've got a ton of antler themed ornaments that I bring out every year. And so this is new to my collection for this year. There are candle holders and I did pick up two. And I've got two LED candles in there that are set on a timer, which I love. So they'll be on the table and they'll come on each evening just to add a little bit of a vibe to this space. And I'm just kind of wedging it down in here so that they can lay flat, you know, around the greenery here. I just don't want it to be leaning or fall over or whatever. So I'm going in with the second one and just kind of making it fit in wherever it can go. And here's where things went left for a minute, but just hang in there with me because I'm going to self-correct here. But I had this little, these remnants of ribbon that I've had for several years now. It's real wrinkled up and everything, but it's a pretty caramel color velvet ribbon. And they're just little smaller pieces, but I decided I wanted to try to weave some of that into this greenery here just to kind of add some of that color to the table. You will see that I will abandon this whole idea, but I tried to make it work for a little while before I came to the realization that this just wasn't going to work. So you see the ribbon is still there for now. And I'm bringing out this candle. It was a candle. It's an empty container now that was a candle some years ago. I got this from our house a few years back. It's shaped like an ornament and I loved it. So once I burned the candle out, of course, I kept the vessel. My intent was to create another or to make another candle in there, but I haven't done that. But anyway, I put that in the middle of the table. I've added some ornaments here. Another bad mistake. You'll see me self correct that as well. But for right now, I'm just kind of rolling with these ornaments that I had left over because my tree is already decorated. I'll be sharing that in an upcoming video. So I did have some brown ornaments and things like that that were left over. And I thought I'd give them a try here, but you'll see that I'll start to remove them just as quickly as I put them down. But I thought this was a good idea for quite a little while here because I was really just working, changing out ornaments. These are some DIY ornaments that I did a couple years ago. I put some baking soda on them after painting them. But this is where things started to get self corrected here. So I decided to bring down one of my deer. I bring him down every year. I don't know how long I've had him, but it's been quite a while. So I'm just trying to find a way to kind of put him on flat footing here so that he doesn't fall over and break our antler because he's one of my few that I have in my collection that are not broken, and I'm not trying to break him now. I also have these little Christmas trees that I thought were really pretty, so I decided to bring those in. You see, I'm still trying to make this ribbon work. But anyway, I started to take the ornaments off and decided to add in some of my bells. That's another thing that I have quite a few of that I've been collecting over the years. And I always bring those out every year as vase filler. I put them on tablescapes. I do all kinds of things. But here you see the ribbon has moved off of the garland, and I just added a piece to the deer around his neck, which I thought was really nice. And then I did a little dovetail there on his tie there, and I'm loving the way that this has turned out. This definitely will not stay this way, not throughout the entire season, because I've got some really great ideas that I want to try for a full tablescape, which I'll be doing those in the weeks to come. But this is a great starting point. I love having little vignettes on the table. It just kind of adds so much festivity to the space. And I just love looking at them and kind of playing around and creating additional looks for the space to see what all I can come up with using things that I have for the most part. So this is how the bar cart came out. And yeah, well, this is a great stopping point for today. We've done the entryway, we've done the bar cart, we've done the table, we put up a new little wreath on the pantry door, a lot of little things around the house. So I'll just be continuing to move through this space, do my kitchen and my living room. Like I said, my tree is already done. I can't wait for you guys to see that. But I hope you've enjoyed today's video. And if you did, please don't leave without hitting the thumbs up button. Also, hit that post notification bell. That way, you will be notified when I upload additional videos. And to all my returning family members, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope to see you all over here on my next one. Bye bye.